Hello, David Morgan here of the Morgan Report. And today I have David Wolfin, President and CEO of Avino Mines. And Avino is a company that's been around for a long time. In fact, I was introduced to Avino through Paul Sarnoff, and you'd have to be a real silver bug to know that name. But Avino's an interesting story, and I think the time has come for Avino. David, why don't you give us your background and how long you've been involved in the mining sector?
Okay, well, I grew up in the industry. My father was a stockbroker in the 50s and 60s, and he gave it all to Peter Brown when they formed Canarum, which is now Canaccord. I grew up, I've worked in the mine as a teenager. I was a trader on the floor of the Vancouver Stock Exchange in the brokerage business, and I've been with the company now as management now for 20 years.
Fantastic, quite a background. There are not many people that can make the statements you just made. So where is Avino located, and what type of mine is it, and I'll just leave it at that. Where is it, and
it's
what
located in Durango, Mexico. It's less than an hour drive from the airport by paved road. There's two towns on either side of the mine to draw labor from. We operated the mine for 27 years, and it closed in 2001. We took over our partner's interest in 2006 and been rehabilitating the mine, and we're planning to reopen the mill in the next few weeks.
Very good. So I've always said, and of course we look at all projects on an individual by individual basis, and it's really tough to compare them. But one of my favorite statements is grade is king. So why don't you give us an idea of the kind of grade that Avino has?
The San Gonzalo vein, the grade that the independent 43101 gave us is 330 grams, but we've had intercepts as high as 5,000 grams. So it's extremely rich. 90% of it is pure silver, and there's some gold and lead and zinc that goes with it.
And what kind of mill capacity do you have on the facility right now?
We're going to start off at 250 tons per day, but we have capacity to go to 1,250 tons per day.
So what would you be producing, let's say, on an annual basis?
About 1 million ounces of silver equivalent.
Okay.
And when we shut down, we were producing, our costs were between $3 to $5 US per ounce. So we think with inflation, it'll be 6 to 8.
Okay, very good. The float, let's talk about the finance side of things. We want to know what the share structure looks like, what the price has been over the last year or so, and let's start at this.
Okay, yeah. There's only 20.5 million shares issued. There's no debt. We have $2.5 million left in the bank. That's more than enough to get the mine back into production to reach positive cash flow. The high of the stock was in 2006. It hit $4.40. The low was in 2008. It hit about 20 cents. We're currently around 70 cents a share, and we feel it's going to appreciate once we achieve cash flow.
Very good. On a peer-to-peer basis, and this is a kind of a tough statement because everybody's going to say, my company's one of the best, and I'm not saying yours isn't. What I am saying, as objectively as you can, where do you think you stack up in your peer group right now?
Well, our goal is, if you look at Endeavour Silver, Brad Cook's done a great job. They produce, I believe, about 2.6 million ounces a year annually. We're going to start doing about a third of that, so our market cap should be about a third. And so that's anywhere from 80 to 100 million is the target.
Okay, very good. That's a great way to look at it. What kind of growth potential do you have above and beyond the 1,200 ton per day mill? Can you expand that if things really get going, if you wish?
Absolutely. We have extra ball mills and flotation cells on site, jaw crushers, so possibly we could go as high as 2,500 tons per day.
Very good. Well, you've given us a great overview. I haven't visited Avino in quite some time. I own the stock. I've owned it for a long time, kind of tucked it away and seen the ride so far. But I think the time has come since you're looking very close to producing again. You've got exploration potential, so it fits my favorite model. Is there anything that you would like to tell our viewers that we haven't discussed already today?
Just that it's a growth story and we've got a proven track record, and to keep an eye on us.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for your time, David. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you very much.